Children are our future. If we're not investing in our children, then we're not investing in our future. And that is the purpose of this work. A few years ago, the End Child Poverty in California campaign pulled together a task force of state leaders to think about different ways to end child poverty in California. One of the strategies for getting to that was Promise Neighborhoods, or place-based cradle-to-career coalitions.
The place-based cradle-to-career approach is really about breaking down the silos that exist so that we're thinking about what a child needs, what a family needs, and working from that point, as opposed to just thinking about what someone needs in terms of housing or health or education, really thinking about how you bring all of those systems together to work on behalf of every child.
The reason that many of these initiatives are organized at the neighborhood level is because they are targeting those neighborhoods that have had a history of segregation, discrimination, marginalization. These neighborhoods, they've been redlined, some of them are being gentrified, but they're just facing many challenges.
This work is so important because we need to invest in our children very early on. Research has shown that if you start from the cradle and you stay with these babies through their entire lives, their opportunities grow tremendously, and our support is part of that growth.
This coalition consists of Promise Neighborhoods from the border in Chula Vista all the way up to Corning Promise in Northern California. There are also Strive Together Cradle to Career initiatives, and these are regional initiatives that seek to align systems so that no child falls through the cracks.
San Diego's fortunate to have two thriving Promise neighborhoods, Chula Vista and San Diego, both focusing on transforming communities through education and through many supports, homework assistance, college and career education, promotoras and community engagement.
I graduated from UCLA with the highest honors last year, and right now I'm pursuing a pre-medical path, so I'm trying to apply to medical school next year. Without SBCS, I definitely would not have gotten as far in terms of my academic journey, and then in turn my professional journey. Thanks to them, we were able to find stable housing.
We've spent a fair amount of time really building trusted relationships among our sectors. We've got government working with schools, working with healthcare, working with nonprofits in ways that we've never experienced before.
In Fresno County, looking at data is a critical part of how we do business together as civic leaders. It helps us drive decisions because it's irrefutable, and it's easy to get behind a plan, an initiative, a program when the data is so objective and we can see our place in making a difference relative to that data point.
We have a council related to youth. It's comprised of members that are aged 14 to 24. It takes a different approach because we're listening to them specifically and trying to tackle the issues that they feel need to be addressed.
All these decisions can all be done through an equity lens to ensure that as a village, we're all growing equitably. And it's not just one area of the city, but all areas of the city and all areas of the county.
We're spending time and attention investing in money and scholarships to support our students and persistent services. And we need a continued investment in programs like Oakland Promise and other Cradle to Career organizations who are critical in supporting our students to complete their post-secondary education.
I was able to get a scholarship back in 2018 through my high school. Through that, I was eligible to graduate from UC Berkeley in 2022. It makes me feel great. It makes me feel empowered being a recipient, being able to still benefit to this day from their resources.
In the first 5 years of Hayward Promise Neighborhoods, we saw major successes in increasing graduation rates, adding preschool programs, creating an adult program through Eden ROP where families could actually access workforce development opportunities themselves.
I'm very thankful for those programs because I was able to learn as a parent how I can do new things, but also develop into a better parent for my son.
Our goal is to provide research and data to our 10 county networks to let them know if they are improving in certain metrics or not. And then we also probably support them financially by going after grant opportunities and reallocating those funds to help support their county collaboratives.
They were able to advocate for us when it comes to access to college and education, the Cal Kids program and child savings accounts, just all these things that we really had no access to before. And now we've shifted into this K-16 grant that we worked together on writing and brought $18 million to our 10-county region, which is just so awesome.
We facilitate meetings like bringing together community, we bring together youth, we bring together leaders who are in the decision-making space, and all of those things are so that we can coordinate and align toward having better resources for our kids. We know that those milestones from cradle to career are what will make a student's trajectory successful.
Marine Promise Partnership has been an essential partner in the county to bring all parties a cross-sector partnership to discuss and identify solutions and hopefully change the system that's not working for the students of color.
To address the large-scale problems within our economy or education or health or homelessness, it requires actions and leadership and resources beyond any single entity. The way we see these collaborative efforts is not only aspirational and inspiring, and it's critical to the outcomes and the success of our community in addressing the major challenges that we face here as a Central Valley County.
In Stanislaus County, our Cradle to Career ultimate goal that we all have is to ensure that youth and our communities have access to high-paying jobs and high-paying opportunities. And solving an information gap, ensuring voices are at the table is how we're trying to solve this issue.
We're in Klamath, California right here, which is in the Yurok Reservation. There are no grocery stores here, just like convenience store type food, not very healthy. And so we're working with Community Food Council, and we have a school garden coordinator, and we're creating these community gardens at every school. It gets kids out of the classroom and breathing fresh air and doing healthy activities.
Some of the services we offer are early childhood development. For K through 12 students, we offer academic achievement and wraparound supportive services for their families. And we also help students with access to college, preparation with college applications and scholarships.
Mission Promise Neighborhood helped me with stable housing. Also give me the opportunity to get my GED. But the most important right now is I'm a teacher associate in California.
When we bring a bunch of organizations together to the state capitol, we are showing a movement for place-based work and the importance of it in the greater context of the state of California of why it is important, not just locally.
California's example of how local communities could begin to transform state policy is how the rest of the nation has learned and shared back and forth was really effective for ensuring that community and residents have a say-so in how to solve the problems that they're really burdened by.
We think that collaboration is the way that this work moves forward, and so it's great to see people from philanthropy, from the public sector, from community-based organizations all coming together kind of saying the same message.
I want the state to invest and hold true to the fact that we need to make sure that we're lifting up everyone. I think that the state is very capable of doing that. We have an amazing administration, a legislature that believes in our communities, and what we need to do is make sure that government is doing its fair share.
The call to action is for California to build on the momentum that it already has. That is the opportunity before the state to normalize this very effective way of supporting children and their families and setting them up for economic success, for academic success, and for moving children and families out of poverty. It's about believing in that next generation, investing in that next generation, and building a world together with them.